NBC News in-depth tonight, managing Iraq. After the United States invasion, American officials took control of all the Iraqi government's bank accounts, including the considerable income from oil sales. The UN approved the financial takeover, and President Bush promised to spend Iraq's money wisely. But now, critics are raising serious questions about how well the U.S. handled billions in Iraqi oil funds. Here's NBC's senior investigative correspondent Lisa Myers with an exclusive report.
Iraq's oil resources generate billions of dollars, money the U.S. promised to protect and spend wisely after overthrowing Saddam. Now Frank Willis, a former senior American official in Iraq, tells NBC News the U.S. failed to safeguard the oil money, known as the Development Fund for Iraq.
There was, in my mind, pervasive leakage in assets of Iraq, and to some extent, those assets were squandered.
Willis helped run Iraq's transportation ministry. He says government agencies and private contractors had to be paid in cash because Iraq's banking system was decimated.
A lot of money did get to the Iraqi people at the grassroots level. A lot of it got into the wrong hands.
Here, Willis and colleagues show off a $2 million payment to a security contractor.
It was time for payment. We told them to come in and to bring a bag. It reminded me of the Wild West.
In a series of reports on U.S. management of the oil money, auditors found insufficient controls, missing records, 2 sets of books at Iraq's finance ministry which did not match. Another criticism, the U.S. stored hundreds of millions of oil dollars in a vault in a Baghdad palace. Government auditors found that the key to the vault was kept unsecured in a U.S. official's backpack.
Real jobs to the Iraqi citizens.
Iraq's U.S. Administrator Paul Bremer pledged last year to hire a certified public accounting firm to ensure proper controls. But the U.S. gave the contract not to an accounting firm, but to a tiny consulting company, North Star, which NBC News found is headquartered at this private home near San Diego.
They violated the rules. They picked a contractor who didn't meet their requirements.
North Star's president says the Pentagon knew North Star was not a certified public accounting firm, and that 4 experienced employees went to Iraq and did a good job. However, one audit notes a single North Star employee maintained spreadsheets tracking billions. Bremer would not comment. His aides say Iraq is a war zone, and their top priority was getting money quickly where it was needed, even if the accounting wasn't perfect. But NBC News has learned that a draft government audit faults U.S. officials in Iraq for inadequate stewardship of up to $8.8 billion in oil money, handed over to Iraq's ministries, but never fully accounted for. Lisa Myers, NBC News, Washington.